Hello, hello, and welcome back to my channel, Jamie Friend Colors. I'm Jamie, and today we have our 9th skin tone in our mini-series about skin tones. All of my skin tone tutorials so far, I think we'll be branching into a couple of other books for the last couple, but so far they've been in the Whimsy Girls Christmas coloring book and by Hannah Lynn. It'll be linked down in the description box down below, as well as any other supplies that I use. I did copy these onto the Canson mixed media paper. It comes in a binder at your Michaels or on Amazon. I'll link Amazon down below. It's an inexpensive and a good paper that I find to use with colored pencils. It's got just a little bit of tooth. One side's smoother than the other, so depending on what you like, you can plan that in your printer. I just trim it to the size that my printer will take and put it through there. You can find coupons and deals for buy one, get one half off and stuff, so it's a fairly cheap way to get some paper that's good for color pencils. So with that, anything I use will be up here so you can color along with me, as well in the description box down below. I'll have links down there. They are not affiliate links, they're just there for your convenience so you can find what I'm using. So we will zoom in and get started. Alright, I'm using Prismacolor Premieres. I was thinking that maybe we should do some series later using doing skin tones again, but using different types of colored pencils. But this series has been based on Prismacolor Premieres, and so that's what we're going to use today. So our trusty 927 Light Peach, we use him a lot. He's a great base coat for skin, so I'm going to go ahead and use him to do this base coat on her skin. So I'm just using light circular motions. I am still getting over a cold, so please excuse my voice. Alright, just get this on there. I like to do a base coat so I have something to work on, and also it gets rid of the white of the paper so it's not so intimidating. Just get a base coat on there so you're not looking at white. So you've started. Sometimes getting started on a picture can be the hardest part. I know for me it is. Sometimes I'll just sit there and stare at a picture. Stare at it. So a lot of times I'll do the skin first just because I know, oh, I can put down 927 as a base coat, then I'm not staring at white, I've gotten started, and then it just starts to flow together. So, like that. Okay, that was Light Peach. Alright, then let's take our darker colors and we'll work our way forward. How about that? So this is going to be our darkest color. This is 1099 Espresso. And it's a very dark brown. It starts to lean towards black. So we're just going to put it in like the little corners of her, where it's the deepest, darkest shadow. So right behind her eyelashes there. Let's see where else. Let's put it behind these eyelashes. I'm not using any pressure, just very light-handed, little soft circular motions. On her neck, and then let's come over here on her neck. Okay. Alright, let's set that aside. We might want it again. Alright, let's go to dark umber. So sorry, you guys. Dark umber 947. And let's go over that espresso, and then we're going to put this in the deep dark shadow areas as well. So I'm going to put it over that espresso, fade it in a little bit, and then, my goodness, then we'll take this, so we're going to put it in the hairline. I'm gonna have to turn my paper just a little bit, you guys. I'm sorry. I try not to, but that angle is just a little difficult. So let's put that right here. The colors I picked this time, depending on how much you bring those shadow colors out, is going to determine how dark of a girl you have at the end. So even me right now, I'm not sure how dark I'm going to have this girl be, but I always make the thumbnails the finished girl so that you can see what it's going to look like when it's done, and you can decide if this is the skin tone that you want on your picture. And you most definitely don't have to do this girl. You can use this skin tone and these colors and this idea and put it on whatever girl you're working on, or guy or elf or gnome or whatever you're coloring. Yeah, so I'm just going over those espresso areas and then bringing it out. We have a shadow where this hair is sitting, so we'll bring it down the hair there. And then I did bring it out across the bottom of her eye to about 3/4 halfway there. Okay, and then I don't think we're going to do a nose this time. We did on the last one, and I don't want to do a nose every time, so let's leave it. I'm going to put some right here on this side of her face, which this side of the face is turned away from us, so it's going to be darker. So let's take it down that side of her face a little bit, and then underneath her eye, just fade it out a little bit. Let's put just a little bit under her lip, very lightly. And then let's go down on her neck. So let's put it over that espresso and bring it out. And then we're going to go right along the bottom of her jawline and into this espresso. There we go. The same here. And go down. And then she kind of has a fur trim, so we're just going to try to get a little bit of this in between there, very lightly, so we can blend it into our other colors. Just gives us the start of our shadows. Alright. Let's see, anything else? I like that. I'm going to bring this is that same dark umber. I haven't tried pencils yet. Same one. I'm going to come across the crease of her eye there. Maybe a little here too. Okay. Alright. Let's keep going. So our next one is going to be chocolate. This is 1082. And we're just going to do the same thing. We're going to go over the dark umber and espresso, and we're just going to fade it out. Keeping in mind that we can bring it out as far or as little as we want. And that's going to determine how dark our girl is going to end up being. I'm just going to bring it out a little bit. But I just want to go over all the shadows I've put in so far. down the shadow of that piece of hair. This side as well, and her ear there. It's in the shadow because it's behind that hair. Let's bring this under her eye out a little more. Okay, and this side. This side's going to be darker than the other side because it is in the shadow and facing away from us. So light pressure, circular motions, just touching the pencil to the paper. Under her lip there. And bring it around just a little bit. Okay, then let's get her neck, go over those dark colors, bring it out a little bit. Okay. All right, then we have a runaway pencil. He tried to get away. This is 945 Sienna Brown, and we're just going to keep doing the same thing we were doing. We're going to go over those darker colors and just pull it in a little bit. Keep coming in. So we're still not using any pressure, light circular motions. And in there. I'm just putting it over. There's a star and a couple of dots here. For me personally, I wouldn't try to keep my pencil out of those dots. I can always go in with a gel pen or paint or something else to put those back in, and so I wouldn't fret too much about keeping those clean and no pencil on them. That's up to you. So, all right. Gone over all of that. Okay, I feel like we need a little color under her nose, little idea of a nose here, so I'm going to put some in there, and then I'm going to go over this under her lip. Light, no pressure, circular motions. Bring this down a little bit, bring it out. There we go. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit right there, just to kind of bring that down a little bit. Alright, then we're going to go down on her neck, go over all those darker colors we've put in, and then fade this out a little bit. Okay. All right, then let's grab pulled this color. I don't know if I want to use it though. Maybe I do. Okay, let's go with Beige Sienna 1080. And we're just going to keep going, go over all those dark colors. And then fade it into the lighter areas. I'm still not using any pressure. But because of the buildup of pencil we have, some areas might start to blend anyways, which is nice. Okay, I'm gonna go up here, over all of this, her ear, all those shadow areas. I'm going to go ahead and fill in that right there on her chin. Get under her mouth. Light, still not putting any pressure. Over all that dark, pull the color out. Remember, this side of our face is darker because it's away from us, so don't be afraid to put some color in. And above her eye here, I'm going to bring it in. Just go over everything. Yeah, under her nose. And even connect that a little bit. Okay, then I'm going to add just a little bit of green ochre. I'm going to put this right above the crease of her eye. Let's see if we can add just a little bit of color in there, kind of like an eyeshadow. Maybe let's even take it down below the crease of her eye. Just put it in there a little bit. And light pressure, but I'm going over it a couple of times to build that color. Until I get it to the darkness, the saturation that I want it. Okay, and then this is in the shadow, but we still want it to look like it's there. So let's add it over here too. Won't see as much of it over here, but we want it to be there. Okay, looks good. Should we put just a little bit under her eye as well? Kind of. Okay, then let's take, I'm using quite a few pencils this time, but I think it's kind of nice. Lots of light layers. This is Beige 997. We're just going to go over everything again, lightly, no pressure. And start and pull it in to those lighter areas. And then we'll go in with the light peach after this and blend it all together. So it's kind of our last color we're adding. Okay. Let's go up on her face. Just go over everything we've colored. And then fade it into these lighter areas. Even over that green that we put there. Pull it in. This is a fairly light color, so because we've used this for a base coat before as well. It's light, it's nice, fleshy color, but not as pink as our peach. Fill in that area a little bit. Okay, and let's go up on her forehead. So we just go over everything we've colored, soft, light layers. Let me go ahead and bring this down by her eye. Up on her forehead here. No pressure. We'll start adding the pressure with the light peach in a minute. Should we bring this down? Let's bring this beige down this side of her eye as well, just lightly. Okay. Okay, I think we've got everywhere. All right, then we want a nice sharp light peach that we can blend with. I'm just gonna give it a quick sharpen. Now as you're blending, if your pencil is getting dull and you feel like it'll feel like it's not blending as well when your pencil is dull, and so find a sharp edge on your pencil or go ahead and sharpen your pencil. All right, let's start up here. And this time we want some medium pressure. I'm not straining my hand or breaking my lead or anything, just some medium pressure. And then as we get into that lighter area, lighten that pressure up a little bit. Okay, now we'll just start blending it, give it a nice blend. I think putting this peach over too will help kind of pinken up all those browns we put down. Okay, see how that just blends it nicely together? All right, let's go up on her face. Let's just kind of start in this. Those colors together, blending them together. Nice medium pressure. And then as we work our way into the lighter areas, lightening that pressure, putting some nice color down. It's good. Okay, we're kind of to that lighter area here in the middle of her cheek. So I'm going to lighten my pressure into circular motions over it. Okay. Build some color in there. Alright, let's go down on her chin here. Some good medium pressure as we get into the darker area of her shadows under her eye. Okay, and we want to lighten our pressure. Make sure we're turning our pencil to a sharp edge. If it gets to where it's too dull to have a sharp edge, go ahead and sharpen it. Nice soft layers in here, middle of her face. Okay, I'm going to sharpen my pencil. The electric sharpener is not working, so I'm using a comb. They're just a little, I'll try to link it down below. It's a nice pencil sharpener for Prismas, but you do have to have something to sharpen into, a little container. Alright, then let's get in here. Got that green, those browns. Get some medium pressure to help blend those colors together. My little 4-year-old Mo, he is watching a movie downstairs and playing with his blocks. He is happy as can be. His older brothers are at school. It's not quite Christmas break for them yet. I'm filming this on the 20th, I think. So they get out on tomorrow. Tomorrow's their last day before Christmas break, so trying to get some of these videos done, so I'm not trying to do that with all of them home, and I want to do family stuff and spend time with them, so. Okay, I think she is pretty blended out. If you feel like with any of these tutorials, any of these skin tones, you feel like you need it to be more blended, or you still have white speckles of the paper or anything like that, you can add more pressure and go over it again, or you can use a colorless blender. Prisma makes a good one. That's this pencil. It has a number, 1077, but it's just a colorless blender. Or you can use a paper stump or some Gamsol with a paper stump or a paintbrush. This is just that colorless blender. If you feel like it just needs to be more blended, you can use, but you don't want to add any more color. This can help bring it up. Or if you're getting a wax bloom, because these are wax pencils, this will help break up that bloom and bring those colors out. We'll just give it a once over with this pencil. It's not something you have to do, it just depends on how you're feeling about it. The colorless blender or a dry paper stump, you want to add some pressure. So if your hand can't take the pressure, if you get fatigued or have arthritis or carpal tunnel or any of that, you might want to look into odorless mineral spirits. The Gamsol is the brand I use of those, because that can help you blend the colors without adding pressure. The chemicals in that will break up the wax so that you just have pigment, and it helps blend it together, but you don't have to put the pressure that you need to use with a colorless blender or a paper stump. I feel that you have to put even more pressure with a dry paper stump. If you use the Gamsol on the paper stump, you don't need to, but just a dry paper stump, I feel I have to use quite a bit of pressure, and so that is not my favorite way. If I use a paper stump, it's usually got some odorless mineral spirits or Gamsol on it. The colorless blender, I have to put a little bit of pressure, but not nearly as much as a dry paper stump. So, anyways, just some thoughts. You do want to make sure as you go into the lighter areas that your colorless blender or your paper stump is clean, because it will transfer the color. So just be careful. I don't think we need to do too much with this. It was pretty well blended before, but I'm just showing you what your options are. All right, let's put a little lip color on here. let's use our light peach to put a coat down. And then I have, let's see, raspberry. I think it's just, it's a dark red color. Kind of put that on there, on her top lip, just leaving the center there a little lighter. And then let's add just a little bit of the brown to that. So let's add Sienna Brown. I'm just gonna lightly, no pressure, go over the raspberry and over all of her lip, even in that space we left, just to kind of brown it up a little bit. And then take that light peach to blend it. There we go. Yeah, she looks nice. I like how she turned out. Beautiful. So there she is. Here's the last one we colored. So very different. I like how we gave a little green in her eye. I think that's really pretty. Let's see some of our, there's a darker girl. These are all past tutorials, so you can go back and look at them. They're in the mini-series skin tone playlist. So, pretty. I think she turned out great. Alright, if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so I will be back on Monday with something, and then Wednesday we'll do another skin tone. So I will see you then. Bye.